to hear.
How's everything going with you?
Huh?
How is everything going with you?
It's been going really well, alhamdulillah. It's been going well. The year's coming to an end and just like reflecting on that and like
Yes.
everything already over. That's like the surprising part of it for as of yet. But yeah, everything's going pretty well, very well.
I'm glad to hear that.
How about you talk to me? How was your year so far?
Yes, my year so far has been a tremendous year. And I'm grateful, even though it was ups and down. Trust me, I'm really, and God can see my heart that I'm really grateful. It's been a great year. I've accomplished a lot. See, either I haven't get to where I want to be financially yet, but I believe I've taken the greater steps towards getting there. Aside from that, when it comes to business, mental health, education, I think I've accomplished a lot this year. So it's been a great year, and I'm happy for that.
I'm so glad to hear that. I love hearing that energy. You can like I can really feel that energy from you that this year has been really good. You're just
Thank you
like
so much.
it's like it's a vibe. It's like just attract. It's like a magnet in a way.
Yes.
It's like you're vibrating at a level right now that you're really happy with, and you're just gonna attract that to it.
Yep.
I can feel.
Thank
I
you.
can feel.
I appreciate it.
Country.
Yeah, I think we connect. I and you. When I say stuff, you can easily relate because you understand what it takes.
Yes.
And people listening to this, I'm glad a lot of people are joining, and I appreciate everyone. If you, it's just a magnet thing, like she said. When your mindset is quite different from 90% of people, and I'm not saying 90% of people are bad, whatever, but when your mindset is quite different from them, and you meet someone that's more like magnet or that match your mindset, it's easy. It's an easy flow. So I just want to say that. So I
I
appreciate
feel
you.
it. I definitely feel it, and I feel like a lot of times miscommunication happens
Yeah.
because vibration is not the same. They're saying
That's true.
it's like they are seeing a 9, but you're seeing a 6, and it's just like it's totally opposite. And when you just hit that vibration level, it's like you just understand the communication goes. It's like level ideas or like where you want to go, the vision you see. It's just very similar. It's like it's different. It's totally different.
I agree.
Talk to me about your failures this year, because earlier you talked about how this year has been such a win and you're really like happy with it. Talk to me about the challenges and the failures you faced this year and how you overcame those moments.
Sure. I think one of my failures this year. First of all, I'm gonna start with. Let me start with when it comes to money, right? Because everyone loves money to some extent. I have let my emotions play me to some points earlier this year, middle of this year with money. Because, see, and one thing that people gotta understand is that no matter how motivated you are, no matter how disciplined you are, sometimes your emotions still get in the way and you messed up. So, one of my biggest failure is losing money. This, this year, one of my biggest failures is losing money. And me losing money out of emotions. So it's on me because I was trying to double the money.
Okay.
So that really hit me hard. And I learned from it. That's number one. Secondly, I think I really don't want to call it failure, but I'll still call it failure. Is me not being active with some of the things I'm supposed to do. Example, my podcast. I was a little bit drawn back because I couldn't properly put things together.
Okay.
I was doing a lot. Like maybe not everyone knows this. I'm getting my higher education. Like I'm proceeding more with my higher education. I am running a business. I am working for corporate company, corporate America, if you want to call it. and I am running my social media. I don't have any social media manager running my social media. I'm doing everything for myself.
Yeah.
And I still want to release a podcast. So it's quite hard, a little bit. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's possible, but I didn't put plan together properly for that. So I was burnt out, and I feel like I failed. The reason why I feel like I failed is because I know there's some people expecting me to hear my podcast. They're getting inspired by those words. That podcast are changing people's life. Because when I started releasing my podcast back to back one time, people in my DMs are happy. Some are motivated. Some say that changed their life. And I'm glad that really keep me going. But now, me not slowing down on that makes me a little like I failed.
Yeah.
And I would say, yeah, I failed. But what I'm doing to overcome that is properly readjusting, not changing my plan, readjusting my plan and making sure that I do my best to be honest and release more podcasts moving forward towards 2023. And if it's possible that I can acquire few people to my team or acquire someone that can join me to keep my social media content going steady, I will do that. So those are my two biggest failures this year. But
But for me, from the sound of it, it's like you already learned and you already came to an execution plan on making sure like that doesn't happen again.
Yes.
Like that's the that I'm here for. It's like, okay, I understand it happened, but you already accepted it. And you're just like, you know what, it's life, it happened, I have too much going on, but now okay, how can I like better this? How can I just do better moving forward? And I'm hearing that in your language, and a lot of times you can hear a lot through somebody's words. You can hear that through your language.
Thank you.
Beautiful there. You mentioned that like you lost money because it was emotionally like your emotions got you to that level. So talk to me about like the importance of understanding your emotions, being able to respond to them instead of always reacting to your emotions.
Yes. So one thing people should understand that no matter how we are imperfect human beings and we will never, never ever be perfect. Whenever you notice your emotions, it's kicking in whatever you're doing. It's still hard. You'll still make that mistakes. Just try your best. One of my biggest words is self-reflection. Do a self-reflection. Look at where you messed up. And be accountable. See, let me tell you one thing. If your emotion plays in, and you notice that, and you're not accountable, you're putting blame on someone else, then you will never make a change. Because once you're accountable for your action, now your brain is fully open that, yes, it's my fault, I'm not going to kill myself about it, now what do I do next?
Exactly.
That's how it works. So I acknowledge my emotion, I do a self-reflection, I acknowledge my emotion, I'm accountable for the action, I make a correction, then I move forward. And I never give up. Trust me, Fatoumata, I never give up. If I give up, I feel like I'm dead. See, my girlfriend can say this, like, I never give up. That's my thing. And anyone listening to this out there, don't ever give up. Now, I will be very plain and straightforward about the word giving up. Whenever you notice that something, it's never going to work a while anymore, like your instincts and your mind can tell you that it's not going to work, or you don't have the tools to make this thing work. One is either you acquire the tools to make it work, but even if you acquire the tools to make it work, it's still not working, and you can already tell. Sometimes our spirit tells us something, and you can already tell that it's not going to work. Back out. But this is the fun part. Don't give up on yourself. That's it.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It's like knowing when to give up on something, but that doesn't mean you need to give up on yourself or going after something else. There's a really huge difference, and we really gotta learn to do that. And I feel like nowadays we don't really give ourselves a lot of chance. We do the very minimum, the very basic, and be like, oh, this is not working.
You're right.
Yes, I didn't want this to work, so let me just stop. Let me go to another direction. But that doesn't mean like, hey, let me stop on myself. Let me give up on myself. It's just me. Let me go back to just the life that I know I don't want, the job that I know like it's not fulfilling.
Yes.
It's like no difference in being able to execute on that. But
Yeah. And let me say this real quick. Sorry to cut you. Let me say this real quick. Sometimes people think, oh, this is too hard. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna look for easy things. You're a joker. Let me tell you one thing. I'm not trying to curse you up, but whosoever listen to this, I'm not trying to curse you up. But let me let you understand one thing. Nothing on planet Earth is easy. No matter how simple it might look, it's hard. So you gotta understand that when you're living this, don't have that mindset that I'm going into this nesting thinking that, oh, it's gonna work out the way I think it will work out. Sometimes it's not. Most of the time, it's not. It's not. You just have to be a warrior. You have to have that mentality, that Mamba mentality, and ready for change, innovation, and battling. That's it.
Exactly. You mentioned it. It's the Mamba mentality that we're missing nowadays. And like that is really like hard because I feel like society nowadays, especially like school, it doesn't really raise kids to be able to be resilient and just understand toughness and just going after things because everything is genuinely easy. The system has been created to make it easy. The system is set up there to just bring you out, not ask any question, just put you into another system of the work life, and you just stay there. That's what works for them.
Yep.
But once you start questioning things, once you start asking, once you start like, this doesn't really make sense, then it's up on you to be like, you know what? This is hard work, and I'm going to choose to do the hard work.
Yep.
Because there's a code of like, okay, hard choices, easy life, or easy choices, hard life later on. It's really deciding what you're going to do. Either way, there's a hard in it.
Yep.
But you're definitely right. What do you feel like people can do to come to the understanding of like, you know what, life, anything I want to accomplish, it's hard and I just need to execute on it. What have you mentally like, or just growing up that you feel like you came to a realization and just decided, you know what, it's hard, but I'm going to execute. What is anything that you can say to help somebody else adapt that mindset of like it's hard. Anything I want to do, it's hard, but I'm going to do the work.
Yes, I think one simple answer to that question, I'm going to say the answer and I'm going to explain, is discipline. If you don't have discipline, you can give up on anything anytime. You will never, ever, never, ever accomplish nothing. See, you can accomplish things temporarily, they're going to go away. But once you discipline in your mindset, you will understand that, okay, now, let's see what's going on here. I don't feel like doing this today.
Yeah.
But I will still do it anyway.
Exactly.
However, sometimes you might take a step back and just relax for that moment. But when discipline kicks in, you will feel guilty. Because you are like, what am I doing?
Exactly.
Because sometimes we just stay on our phones. Let me use working out for example, right? Some people are going to have a schedule. I'm going to work out today. Now, because it's comfortable for you to change it around, you're making your own decision and all that stuff. Oh, I get back from whatever you went to, you come back, and you're like, oh man, I'm just going to work out tomorrow. And you're going to be watching TV. Because if you look at it, if you're a kind of person that reads personal development books, I bet you're going to go work out. But aside from you reading books, aside from your assignments, because people can say this, assignment, I have to do my own work, I have to do this. But you can only work out for 30 minutes, 1 hour. You can spend that time on your phone. And you'll still do your assignment afterwards.
Exactly.
How about you go working out and come back and do the assignments? So once you're disciplined, you will understand the tools for you to be successful in anything. And it's not gonna move your way. It's gonna go ups and down like roller coaster. But you will get there. Even though some ways along the way might not be the correct way to achieve those goals or those dreams of yours. But along the way, you will come across change, innovation, failure, mentors, people that you're admiring, they are doing something similar, and you will learn the style and adopt the style and get to where you want to be. So the simple answer is discipline. Many people don't have discipline, and that's why many folks don't achieve what they want. When I don't have discipline, I don't have the mind to open to learn. Because if discipline, I have discipline, what my brain signal be telling me is that, what can I learn to adjust? How can I improve myself? How can I add value to people?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that. You definitely work on that answer. And it's just like it takes through, and you mentioned like just for people or like reading self-development books or personal development books. It's through that. It's another person telling you a story. They're giving you a hack in your mind so you're able, whenever that voice comes in, be like, you know what, it's okay. Just do your studies and tomorrow work out. Those books genuinely be like, at that moment, here's a formula that you can use to be able to go work out. There's so many different techniques, but you're totally right with that. Throughout the whole year, how would you say, like, because you mentioned that earlier too, was like your mental and just mental health, what? How have you feel like your mentality played a huge role in like you ending the year in such a great way with the awesome energy that you started this live with?
Yeah, I think my mentality helped me realize some things towards the middle of this year, of understanding more of people's perspective.
Other people.
Understanding that, hey, you gotta understand one thing, Kende. Not everybody are gonna be like you. Not everybody wanna be you. Some people just wanna be themselves. And let them be themselves, and it's fine. And those ones that wanna be more like you or wanna get inspired by you and become something amazing, they're gonna listen and watch you and acknowledge you. And I will always say this, that's one thing I've learned from Gary Vee. I want to speak about this man because this man is one of the people that changed my life. Is that he understands people much more than most people I've seen online. He understands what people want.
Yeah.
He understands when to say stuff. However, we humans are going to have our differences. Some things that you don't expect people to say, they say stuff and other stuff. But you understand the market. So I try to kind of understand. I was having this conversation with my twin brother, right? I was like, what something I've understand lately is that once you understand people, no matter what they do, it's never going to bother you.
You just accept.
You just either accept or go away.
You understand, you just let it be.
You just let it be.
Oh.
See, I hate this word, and I use the word hate because I actually hate this word that you can be yourself. Just that word alone, you can be yourself. I hate it. And I'll tell you why I hate it. Because only few emphasize in details of that statement, you can be yourself.
Okay.
Some people say you can be yourself and they just take it like, well, their life is already fucked. Sorry for my language. And they just be themselves that way and don't want to improve. And they stay stagnant to that, I can be myself. Instead of explaining that, hey, you have the chance and all the opportunity in the world to becoming the greater version of yourself. If we push that agenda of that statement and explanation to that statement, you see a lot of people will change their life.
Yeah. It's super funny you said that because I don't know, maybe 2 days ago, I literally posted a quote like that. Like, be yourself doesn't mean stay like not the greatest version of yourself. It means be the greatest version of yourself, but always be that greatest version. It doesn't mean stay me.
Yeah. So I saw the post. So that's one thing I've learned this year, and I've learned to work with people in a different ethnicity, behaviors, manner, if it favors me, sometimes I ask myself, is it me being because sometimes we when things we don't like some things, it's because we feel like we're entitled to some things, or we're overthinking.
Yeah.
So I've tried to always take out my thoughts like a spiritual realm. I'm talking to my thoughts. Like, hey, dude, is it just me overthinking, or there's something there that I really don't like about this person?
Yeah.
So I'm not perfect, but I'm trying my best to understand me better, to create a better version of me, and help people to create a better version of themselves.
I feel you on that. That's really the goal. That's really the goal. Earlier you mentioned like you just knowing that like when you have higher sense for yourself and like just how you work and what you do, and you this year you came to learn that it's okay for other people to not have that and just let them be like that. How hard is that you see somebody, you're like, yo, you can be it, but why don't you want that for yourself? And obviously the external person can't make it. How hard is that?
It's so hard and it's annoying because I'll be like, geez, can you just look at all the opportunities that you can? Because sometimes I'll see some people, they have larger opportunity than I do, and they can't use it right. I'm like, oh my God, I'm grateful, I thank you. But look at this person.
Yeah.
They see this opportunity and they can't use it. You can be more than this, and you're giving me excuses. It's so annoying. I have excuses. I just told you earlier, I count out things I do this year on a regular basis. I have as much as excuses as someone telling me that, hey, I have this, I have that, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, you can. It's just that you're not ready to take the stress in and produce something great. We all have the same time and hours.
24 hours.
Exactly.
But it's the equal amount of time in a day. Yeah.
It's how you use yours that makes it become something creative for you. That's just it.
Exactly. How do you maximize your 24 hours?
I have a journal, or sometimes I use a iPad. I write out my plans. See, if anyone lives with me, they'll be like, dude, how many times do you want to go on a book every time? Let me tell you how I do my time on my journal, on my iPad sometimes, on my phone. Before I go to sleep, in the middle of the night, I'm with my iPad on my book. My brain is like a machine. When everybody's sleeping, it's like chuku, chuku, chuku. I readjust my plan. I see what I made a mistake today. I didn't work out today. I'm guilty. What can I do? Tomorrow, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And does not mean what I'm saying right now. That does not mean that I achieved everything I put on that list. But the moment I didn't achieve it, I asked myself, why didn't I achieve it? Take accountability for why I didn't achieve it, and readjust. And I'll keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. And that comes with discipline mindset until I achieve what I want to achieve. And the moment I achieve it, I don't lay back, I still keep on doing it. Like Warren Buffett said, he said, the hardest 100K, he said, the hardest amount of money to make is 100K. Once you make 100K, it's easier for you to make more and more. So once I achieve these certain goals, ideas and doors open towards achieving the other goals. I have the tools and connection to get to the areas I want to get to. It's still not easy, it's still hard. If I have 100K, if I have 200K, if I have 500K, if I have 1 million, I have the tools to double up that money without my emotion kicking in. Sometimes it will still kick in, but I have the tools to, okay, now, let me talk to Sally from California. He or she understands some things. Let me fly down to California and get some ideas from him. Dude, what can I invest in? Hey, lady, what can I invest in? Okay, I invest in that thing. I get ideas. And don't just invest. Not everyone listens to you. Don't just invest to anything. get the knowledge a little bit, if you don't have all the time, about what you want to invest into, and put your money into it, and you double it. So that's it.
You're giving me like a Gary V vibes. Now understand the market, know actually what you're doing, and that's one thing that Gary knows. He knows his market. He knows his.
I'm telling you, Gary Vee is a genius. That guy is just so good. I'm not saying this just to write. People say this word, dick rider or whatever they want to call it. I'm saying this because I studied that guy like literally for almost I think for almost 5-6 years now. I studied that guy, and I'm not saying he does not feel. There's some things he just said a little bit that didn't go the way he says it, but he still understand the game. So that's it.
That respect to that. You mentioned like working out. That was an example you gave on like when you realized you didn't do something on your day, like okay, tomorrow this is what I'm going to execute. And I've also seen like lately it's been like something you've been doing, like you'll be sharing your journey on just working out and being able to physically. How important is that, and how does that just like boost your energy and being able to execute more?
See, working out, I think I said this before one time when we spoke. Working out, it's like a therapy thing that helps your life.
Yes.
See, it's not about flexing muscle. It's not about showing that I can lift this weight. I don't care about those stuff. People that are doing it, good for them. It's just help your mental health. See, sometimes we all have our sometimes dark moments, silent moments, stress moments. And I still go work out sometimes. When I go work out and I start listening to my music, see, I just feel pumped. And the moment I'm working out, ideas are just in my brain. And for me not to forget those ideas, I will type it on my phone. Now, it's because I have a reason why I'm working out. That's one thing people gotta understand. Whatever you're doing, have a purpose, have a reason. Because if you're doing things without no purpose or reason, you're doing it in vain. And the moment you see someone, let me use for example, you don't have a purpose, you're lifting this small weights, and someone coming to the gym, buffy, start lifting this higher weight, you feel embarrassed. I'd be like, okay, I think this guy's showing up. He's showing off. Let me go lift the big weight. Then you kill yourself. You lift big weight and you fall down, you die, or something. People rush you to hospital because you don't have a purpose. You don't have a reason for you going to the gym. You're trying to compete. You're trying to show off, and that's what I said on my live 2 days or yesterday ago. That I'm going to the gym, not to show off. However, I want to look sexy and strong. But it's helping my mental health, and it's making me moving like nobody can mess with me.
100. I feel you on that.
That's just it.
I genuinely feel like whenever I'm working out, that's when my mindset I'm most challenged, because it's like, hey, just give up, just stop. You're tired. You reached the limit. It's like, no. You always gotta push yourself one more time. Let me just do one more rep, one more minute, one more, and the more you do that, the more you're able to just like overcome your mind and basically like own yourself. Because if you let that mind dictate, or like that voice in that moment dictate, okay, you know what, I'm gonna stop. It's like you're never gonna improve that level. And it's like if you're working out, that's the moment you really understand the importance of your mindset and being able. It helps with your discipline. Like, no, I said I'm gonna come. I'm gonna run for 15 minutes. 15 minutes we're gonna go. 30 minutes we're gonna go. I'm gonna be here for an hour. I have my thing, so let's go.
And let me say something real quick, Fatoumata. Sorry. Also, staying healthy helps your life. Whosoever listen to this, see, I don't care about what people do with their lives, but I care to some extent because I want to see people do great to some extent, and it depends on them. But staying healthy alone is another active spirit. When you're unhealthy, is a negative spirit. Because this is why. When you're unhealthy, you feel depressed. You feel insecure. your mental health started getting over you. Start thinking someone is hurting you when someone don't even care about you. You start feeling all kind of disorganized mindsets. But when you're healthy, you feel you appreciate life. You feel gratitude and understand that, hey, look at me. I feel this way. I'm a boss. Even though I don't have this amount of millions, thousands of dollars yet, no one is impressing me. No one is oppressing me. Because one of the problem we have on social media today is that people are oppressing each other, impressing each other
Wrong ways.
the wrong ways. Social media is the see. I don't care what anyone can say to some extent that social media is a bad influence. I think people are bad influence, not social media. Because social media has made me and you to connect and having this conversation. Social media has been able to create millions of dollars into people's pocket. It has given people financial freedom.
Yes.
So, whosoever listen to this, use your social media wisely. Don't use it for negativity. I'm sorry if you still want to use it for that, it's your choice. But I'm advising you because you can change the world. That's it.
I feel you on that. I definitely feel like you said, social media brought us together on having that conversation. And we know so many other people. It's because of social media that we know Gary Vee, and he has a great influence on a lot of people. He has helped a lot of people. But for me, at the end of it, it all comes down to just like, because you put onto social media what's already within you. If you are not working on that insecurity or what's wrong with you, or like you feel like you gotta show off, you gotta put on a face, you gotta be like, oh, I'm this type of person, that's what you gotta put on social media. Social media is a tool. So it's a way for you to understand and be like, you know what, let me reflect. What do I actually want out of my life? Who do I genuinely want to be? Because for me, a lot of times people really be like, oh, I have these many followers, this person this person that, or I come from this family, I have this much money. I don't care. It means nothing.
Exactly. I don't care.
I'm talking to gente.
We don't care. Like we know one thing for a fact that we're gonna create our own wealth. We are on the journey to doing that. Because we have opportunity like everyone. See, even people back home, I will say this, I need you to listen to this. And you don't have to believe me. Now, this era, this new world, everyone has opportunity. But I'm gonna be clear. Not everyone has the same equal opportunity.
You're right on that.
But everyone has opportunity now. As long, I'm not talking about those country that with strict laws, no internet, I'm not talking about that, I take that out of the way. But those country that has internet with few of laws. Because see, Russia has strict laws. Some Saudi Arabia country has strict law, and there's still people making killing of success over there.
Yeah, exactly.
So an African country, they don't have much of street law. I'm talking about some well-known African country. I don't know about some that are not well-known, but those well-known African countries, they don't have much of street laws. You have the same opportunity, not the same. You have opportunity like everyone, but not the same. I will say this: there's one guy, I've forgotten his name on social media. I want to give a shout out to him. He was once into this scam game a couple of years back when I spoke with him. He was asking me for some, some kind of ridiculous stuff, conversation. And I advised him. I said, dude, drop it. So let me tell you one thing. You might not get caught today, but one day you will get caught if you don't stop.
Exactly.
And he stopped talking to me. He stopped, asking for advice. But after a couple of months or years back, I just saw him change his life and stop there. And he was doing almost what I'm doing in terms of posting inspiring content, talking about preaching the word of God and all that stuff. I was so inspired. I was like, wow. And he messaged me and said, thank you, brother. You changed my life.
That's what's up.
I don't want to take the conversation elsewhere, but that shows that Be honest with people. See, sometimes people might not like honest conversation.
It's hard.
It's
Honestly, it's the
it,
most brutal
it's
thing you
hard.
can do. It's
But
the
be
best
honest
thing.
with them. Because when they're left alone with themselves, even though they don't think about it right that moment, one day they'll remember that you told them honest truth about themselves.
Exactly. Exactly. They were always thinking with them. And I know, I remember like in high school, I had the experience. My teacher was like, he was a substitute teacher. They were like, hey, this is not who you are. And I'm like, she's right. But in that moment, I just let you know she was right because I didn't know any better. I was even questioning myself. I'm like, hey, why are you acting like this? This is not who you are. And she was like, yo, this is not who you are. Stop acting like other people. Just stay true to yourself.
Yourself.
And I got me mad, but at the end of the day, I'm like, thank you, because she's right. The truth is the truth. It's the like,
Yep.
you can't nothing. It's just the truth, and you already know it. But and the example you gave on like different countries, the amount of opportunities we have being here. I know our girl, she is killing it right now on IG, and she's from Fatoumata. Like, and even sometimes when we're communicating, her internet is not that steady, but like the content she's putting out there, I'm like, respect. Because she just got to figure out her schedule, and she's just like really investing in herself. I'm like, you are motivating me. Like, your internet is not even that stable, but the content you're putting out is changing so many people's lives. It's just like, it's not about like being in an opportunity, it's just about you as a person choosing that you are going to be the greater version of yourself. It's really a choice you gotta make. That's it. That's life.
That's amazing.
That's what I got, Ken. Is there anything that you want to mention that I have not asked you about?
Yes, I want to quickly give out some nuggets, some quotes that I wrote down, and I'm gonna read it real quick. See, everyone listening to this, you gotta understand one thing. The disappointment of things not going your way could affect your lives. We all understand. But one thing people don't really realize is that they can learn the art of modifying their emotion into the dream of constructive nature. What does that mean? It means that we all feel sad when things don't go our way.
Yeah.
And I think we'll always feel that way sometimes. Sometimes we don't, we won't. It depends on how important that thing is. But understand that in every situation, there's a possibility of turnaround. When things don't go your way, think about what you're grateful for. And think about that thing. And see if there is any way you could turn around that situation to create a better opportunity for yourself. Don't ever give up on yourself. Don't you dare give up on yourself. The world is full with abundance of opportunity. Which dreamer of the past never know? What does that mean? That there's still opportunity out here that I, Gary V, all the motivational speaker online hasn't discovered yet. It can be you that will be the next Elon Musk, the next whatever, the next you to figure out the new opportunity. Yep, it could be the next you to figure out the opportunity. I'm gonna read the last one. Dreamers are not born indifferent of laziness or lack of ambitions. Just remember, those who succeed in life get off to a bad start and pass through many heartbreaking struggles before they arrived. What does that statement mean? It means that everyone you see today that are successful, even those ones that it was being handed to them, their father once go through a bad start. And those ones that it wasn't handed to them started off as a bad start. They go through struggles, they fail, they cry, they feel pains multiple times before they become who they are.
Mhm.
Once you understand that, success and failure are brothers and sisters. They're gonna fight, but once you shake failure back and say, okay, I understand your point, but
Yes.
I'm gonna be a friend with you.
Oh, I love that analogy.
You will become something great. You will overcome it. And you will be the bigger brother or the bigger sister of failure. That's it.
I love that. I love that. And like recently, you gave like the best analogy that I just heard about success and failure. The one that I usually like my go-to is like without failure, success doesn't exist. It doesn't even mean anything. Because if you don't fail and overcome it, become and actually get to the mountaintop, and that mountaintop is built on top of failures, success doesn't exist without failures.
Facts.
And
Yep.
I just love the way you just put that analogy of success and failure being brothers and sisters,
Thank you.
shaking hands, communicating.
That's my words. I just have to think about it just now.
And it really is the best way to end it. Kevin, thank you so much. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it. And I'm just so glad that Olivia actually got to connect. I think it was through Gary V DMs that we connected. We just communicated, and it's just like we really connect. Like, thank you so much for everything, and thank you again, everybody, for showing up. Truly means a lot.
Yeah.
Looking to see you in the next one, inshallah.
And thank you everybody for joining. I saw everyone comments. It's amazing that a lot of people joined. They're like, feeling the vibe. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And I hope you learned one or two things today. And remember, don't give up. Dreamers. Okay. You can be a dreamer. You only dream when you're sleeping. But remember, you got to go out there and put the work in, no matter what you believe in. Dreams are dead, are forgotten if nothing is done. So make sure you're doing the work and your dream will come true. Peace. Thanks, Fatoumata.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you again, everybody, for showing up.